My boss called me into her office and said, "We need to talk about what you did to your coworker's duck." My coworker Gerald had walked into the office 3 months ago carrying an actual duck. "Everyone, meet Quackers," he announced, my anxiety support animal. The duck waddled over to my desk and I felt my throat instantly closing up. I'm severely allergic to birds. By lunchtime, my eyes were swollen completely shut and I was wheezing. I stumbled into HR and could barely see the manager through my puffy eyelids. "There's a duck," I said. "I'm allergic to birds. I can't breathe." She slid a bottle of Benadryl across her desk. "Gerald has documentation. You'll need to manage your symptoms." The next 3 months were hell. During my biggest client presentation, I sneezed 17 times in a row because Quackers was sitting under the conference table. The client asked if I was okay, and I tried to say yes, but my face was so swollen I looked like I'd been in a car accident. We lost the account. When I complained to HR, Gerald overheard and cornered me by the elevator. "You're discriminating against my disability," he said, clutching Quackers to his chest. "That's illegal, you know." The duck quacked in my face, and I had an allergic reaction so bad I had to leave work early. My coworker Jennifer started leaving rubber ducks on my desk with little notes like, "Quackers says hi." One morning I came in to find my keyboard covered in actual duck poop. I took it to HR with photos. "Can you prove it was Quackers?" the manager asked. I stared at her. "It's duck poop. There's one duck in this office." She said she'd look into it. Nothing changed. My doctor wrote a note saying my allergy was severe enough to be dangerous. HR told me to try a different antihistamine. Then one morning I came in at 6 a.m. because I needed to finish a report and couldn't do it with Quackers around. The office was empty and beautiful and silent. I made coffee in the break room and sat at my desk actually able to breathe. Around 7, Gerald walked in with Quackers. "You're here early," he said cheerfully. The duck immediately waddled toward my desk and my eyes started watering. An hour later, Gerald started screaming, "Quackers! Quackers!" I ran over. The duck was lying on the floor near the break room, not moving. My boss called me into her office that afternoon. The HR manager was already sitting there. "Where were you this morning?" my boss asked. "I came in early to work on the Garnington report." She turned her computer screen toward me. Security footage showed me alone in the break room making coffee right where Quackers died later. "We're investigating whether you poisoned Gerald's duck." My mouth fell open. "I didn't touch that duck." Gerald filed a police report. The company suspended me. A detective showed up at my apartment with a folder full of my HR complaints. "You filed 16 complaints about this duck in 3 months, he said. "That's a lot of motivation." My coworkers posted on Facebook calling me a murderer. Someone left a dead rubber duck on my doorstep. I couldn't sleep, so I watched the security footage over and over on my laptop. Then I noticed it. The timestamp jumped from 7:15 to 7:30. 15 minutes were missing. I dug through the company directory and found that Justin from IT could delete footage. I'd heard him yelling about Quackers eating his lunch twice. I waited for him in the parking lot after work. "Justin, I know you deleted that footage." His face went white. "I don't know what you're talking about." I stepped closer. "The duck died right after that missing 15 minutes. What did you do?" He looked around, and then his shoulders dropped. "It kept eating my food. I left out some stuff with rat poison in it. I didn't think it would actually eat it that fast." When Gerald started screaming, I panicked and deleted the footage, but everyone already hated you. So, I went straight to my boss in HR the next morning and told them everything. My boss looked at me like I was insane. "So you're saying Justin killed the duck and framed you, but you have no proof of this?" Justin denied the entire conversation ever happened. He told HR I was harassing him and making up lies to save myself. The company was on the brink of firing me for creating a hostile work environment, and Gerald had just shown up at my doorstep, suing me for $50,000 in emotional damages. Full story on the channel below.